What
are you doing here?
I can't take it anymore. That summer camp is a nightmare. The thing was, my mom sent me to this girl's summer camp, but I was done with its stupid rules, so I ran from it. And Max, he was sneaking out to go to a music concert in London. The only common thing we share was that both of us didn't want to be grounded by our mom. And so I came up with an idea.
It's impossible. Mom will kill us both if she finds out.
She won't, as long as you and I keep each other's mouths shut.
Okay, deal.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn. I'm 18. This is Max, my twin brother. We're like two peas in a pod. Even our parents can't tell us apart if we swap our identities. Please like and subscribe to follow my story. Let me explain. So because of our parents' jobs, we had to move to Maryland. As supposed, Max and I would go to school together, but since I finished high school 1 year earlier than him, I'm a genius! He had to go to school alone. However, a few days before school started, my dear twin brother decided to play truant to go to London. I didn't want to stay at the summer camp, and Max didn't want to go to school. And both of us didn't want Mom to figure this out, so we decided to swap our identities. I would be Max to go to school during the time he was at the concert.
Genius, huh?
Just like that, I wore this wig and put on this outfit and went to school under Max's name. Take a deep breath, Jocelyn. Act like a guy. You can do it. Move! Move over! Really? Right on my first day? Before I could see his face or say thanks to him, I slipped.
Yo, what's that, man? This is not a place for romance.
This is even more embarrassing than the fall itself. The guy also noticed this. Oh God, are you hurt?
Eyes on the road, kid.
How obnoxious he was. I'd better stay away from him. However, there's a saying, out of the frying pan into the fire, my dear audience. After class, I was dragging my luggage to the dorm room when... Ah!
Jeez, why are you screaming like a girl, bro?
Oh, sorry, bro. Hi. Hey, I'm Max.
Caleb.
This horrible, rotten, cocky lad. I previously wanted to thank him about the stairway case, but his face looks so irritating now. I decided to ignore him and just focus on my own business. A week later, I had completely adjusted to this school while still keeping my true identity from everyone. Well, partly because I'm a genius at disguising, and partly thanks to Caleb.
Hi, Talia. You good?
Hi.
She said hi to me. Did you see that? Talia said hi to me, kid.
Blah. He's an idiot. Being roommates with that idiot, I'll never have to worry about being exposed. That day, when I finished class and was on the way back to the dorm, I saw this girl being teased by another student.
Hey, what's wrong? Come on. I just want to talk with you.
Gosh, I hate jerks, and now I'm looking at one.
You're smoking hot. Let's hang out tonight. I swear I'll be nice.
Huh? Can't you see that she's being uncomfortable?
I stood in front of his face and it bugged him.
You want to eat some dirt, didn't ya?
You're being rude to that lady. You better apologize to her now.
You little rat.
Josh walked toward me, puffing like a crazy animal.
I'll give you some dirt to eat.
Oh my God, I thought my jaws were falling off after this. Oh, the one who stopped his fist was...
Get out of my sight before I demolish you.
The big guy got scared and quickly turned back to his seat.
Did he scare you?
Thanks for standing out for me, handsome guy. Thought that girl would sense something wrong about my identity. I immediately ran away from them and rushed to my room. Gosh, I hope she didn't doubt me. The next morning, I prepared to go to school as usual. However, I also noticed the way Caleb looked at me was kind of weird. Why did I feel like he loathed me on sight? When I came to the classroom, people also looked at me in a really weird way. Hey, handsome. You're so hot. Want a date? Everybody looked at me, whispering, and there were flashlights resounded. The feeling of being stared at by tons of people made me nauseous. Did they know that I'm a girl disguised as a boy already? I felt excruciating pain, and then everything went black. When I was able to open my eyes, I found myself in the school infirmary room, and Caleb was sitting in the chair next to the bed.
What happened?
Caleb looked at me. He seemed furious. Gosh, were his eyes hurt or something? He gave me his phone. There was a school article titled, "Who is that mysterious guy?" And it was about me standing out for the girl the day before. The problem was, it had reached 50,000 views and thousands of comments.
Oh my God!
And so I became the most popular guy in school overnight. That explained the way people looked at me previously. When I scrolled down a bit more, I found out that Talia, the girl that I helped, was the writer. At the end of the article, she wrote she would be very happy if she and I could have a date. Caleb was so unhappy to read the article.
Are you and Talia a couple?
What? No, we're not a couple.
Really?
Really, she's not even my type.
Really? Weird. Okay. You guys aren't dating? Good. Then set me up with her.
What?
Realizing it was a call from my mom, I was so startled that I almost dropped my phone. Hey, darling. I can't wait to see you and Max at the fundraiser day next week. In the name of the organizers, I don't want to be humiliated. Yeah, I got it, Mom. Yeah.
Huh?
I'll put on that dress. How could I forget the fundraiser day and my mom was one of the organizers? One more problem was that how could both I and Max be present while my brother had been absent to go to the concert? And yet, not to mention, Caleb begged me to invite Talia to the fundraiser so that he could get to know his crush. And Talia wanted to invite me. Oh dear, what a great big hassle. I almost tore my hair out and it took half a day to find a way. Put it together, Jocelyn. You can do it. That's my girl. Soon came the fundraiser day. I had to put on the dress that my mom prepared and makeup to go to the park. OMG, Talia was there, and so was Caleb. I had to avoid them. After talking to my mom at the bakery and helping her with the cake thing, I was about to go change my clothes, then found out that my bag was gone. I freaked out, running around to find it, but there were like tons of people there, and I didn't know how to find my stuff among them. At that moment, I bumped into somebody. It was Josh, the guy that tried to assault Talia. He was having my bag. Ever since the day I stopped him at the campus, he had always been hating me. Did he know that I was disguised as a boy? I reached out to grab my bag, but he grabbed my wrist faster. And before I could do anything, he dragged me to a corner.
I knew something was wrong about you. So this is what you truly are?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? You think I can't recognize you when you pretend to be a girl? Are these even real stuff, or just two oranges in your chest?
It turned out he thought I was pretending to be a girl. Well, fortunately, he hadn't found out the truth. Unfortunately, he was trying to bully me. There were a lot of people. I'm screaming.
Scream as much as you want, so that everyone knows what you are, Max.
Josh rushed over to expose me. At that moment, all I could do was cry and try to back off. Right then, a figure from nowhere came and pushed him. It was Caleb. He struggled with the bully and finally defeated him.
You should cut the crap, or I will do it for you.
Oh, Caleb? Is he protecting me? Suddenly, I feel blush on my cheeks, and my heart beats so fast. While I was still bewildering, Caleb held my hand and brought me out of there. After making sure that Josh was no longer chasing, I was able to relieve myself. Caleb looked at me confused.
What is this, Max?
Max? You mean my twin brother?
What?
To keep myself from being exposed, I had to cover the truth with another lie. Well, it wasn't really a lie.
Wow!
Just like that, Caleb and I had pretty nice conversations. It turned out that we shared more things in common than I thought. Caleb loved basketball, and so did I. We talked about the NBA, the Los Angeles Lakers, our favorite team, totally footloose and fancy-free, which was different when I pretend to be Max.
When LeBron jumped up and did that slam dunk, everyone erupted in applause. Damn, that was a good one.
He looked silly, but also cute, right?
Wow, Jocelyn, you're gorgeous. I mean, you're cute. I
suddenly felt my heart pounding. Should I just go ahead and kiss him? My mom called. Oh no! I immediately ran away, leaving Caleb there bewildered.
Max! Chop chop! Get your butt here and help me!
Right after putting Max's clothes on, I came to help my mom bring the cookies to the counter. Gosh, if Max was here, I wouldn't be suffocating this much. Just wait till his concert is over and he will be done with me.
Huh?
I trusted you, Max. You kissed Talia. You said you two aren't dating, and yet you kissed her.
What are you talking about? I didn't kiss her. I didn't even see her.
Just admit it. I saw everything, Max.
First of all, that punch was taking my jaws off. Secondly, I didn't kiss Talia. Period. I was doing errands for my mom all the time, remember? Caleb didn't believe me anyway. He left in anger. I had no choice but to chase after him. Because I was disguised as a boy, I had to drag Max somewhere secret to talk to him. Aren't you at the concert right now?
Oh, well...
It turned out that after the concert ended, Max got a message from Mom, so he quickly came back to Maryland. On the way here, he texted me, but perhaps I was having trouble with Josh by that time, so I didn't reply to him. After meeting Mom, he walked around to find me, but a girl suddenly came and kissed him without saying anything, which made him dumbfounded. Caleb must have witnessed that. What happened after that? Well, you already saw it. We looked at each other like idiots for a while. I know this has come so far, and I can't hide the truth anymore. So I decided to confess everything to Caleb. There he is! There's something I have to tell you.
Go away. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Hi, Max.
Listen, the man you saw kissing Talia wasn't me.
What? Are you serious, Max?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm not Max. I'm Jocelyn.
What?
My heart pounded like it was going to explode. I can't lie anymore. In front of Caleb and Talia's bewilderment, I took off my wig. Because I didn't want to go to the girls' summer camp, I pretended to be my twin brother to go to school. The one you saw kissing Talia was Max, not me.
What? That's impossible.
At that moment, Max showed up, causing Caleb and Talia in an even more shocking state. What on earth is going on? Why are there two identical persons?
I'm Max, Jocelyn's twin brother.
Damn right. Without the wig, no one can tell who is me and who is Max. Talia was so panic-stricken that she left. It must be hard for her to accept the truth that the guy she'd been having a crush on was indeed a girl. And Caleb, he was dumbfounded even though the twins were standing face to face with him.
So you mean the guy I've been sharing a room with the whole time was you?
It's true, but I didn't mean to lie to you.
Not only did you betray me, but you also lied to me, huh? I stood out for you to that rat Josh. I trusted you, you jerk.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Caleb.
We were friends. You could have told me since day one. You really disappointed me, Max. I mean, Jocelyn or whatever your name is.
The sadness and disappointment in Caleb's eyes broke my heart. What if I told you since the day I moved in? Were things going to be different? The feeling of guilt and betrayal choked my throat. All I could do was hug Max and cry like a baby. After that fundraiser day, I went back to the summer camp. Max went back to school, and he has still become the most popular guy in school, even though he had no idea what was going on. Caleb had moved out of the dorm right then. After the summer camp, I met Talia to explain everything, and she finally forgave me. As for Caleb, I have plucked up my courage to ask him out, but still hasn't gotten any response. My dear audience, do you think Caleb will forgive me after all?
My mom labored in the hospital for 2 days before I popped out. After much anticipation, the doctors decided to chill, thinking I was just a stubborn baby. But as soon as Dad tuned into a martial arts match on TV, boom! I made my entrance.
So, baby girl, who do you want to be when you grow up?
Obviously, she'll be the sweetest princess. Well, Mom was wrong. I recall being 3, getting booted from a neighbor's house for grabbing their goldfish and plopping it into a water bottle.
This kid's a menace.
Come on, the tank water was dirty. The fish needed cleaner water. I even planned on smashing the tank to free them, but Dad intervened. Another time when I was 7, my parents took me to a new local restaurant. All was well and my parents were relieved for my good behavior. But suddenly, I spotted an ant on the table and sprayed ketchup on it. Missed it! Chasing the ant with my ketchup spray strategy, soon the whole room was drowning in ketchup. We got banned for good.
Hey, stop!
Returning home, I noticed a new neighbor moving in. A total hunk. He was handling cardboard boxes shirtless on this scorching day. Ugh, he was too hot to handle. I thought handsome men like this just appeared in museums. Is his bedroom opposite mine? Is he gonna ask me to prom? So why can't you see you belong with me?
Ouch! Ouch! That hurts!
Put some clothes on.
But it's hot.
Finish moving and leave. Turns out, the new neighbor wasn't the hot guy, but a cranky old lady. The dude left before I could even ask his name. Back to loneliness.
Amber, be my girlfriend.
This guy Lewis from class won't leave me alone. Yeah, he's my classmate, following me all the time for no reason. Go home, dummy.
But I brought you flowers.
I hate flowers. Go away. But on closer inspection, something odd about this old lady caught my eye. Yeah, it was those trunks of hers that piqued my interest. 100%. The stuff spilling out from the trunk and that red liquid. I've got to investigate that eerie trunk. I tried approaching the area, but no dice. The old lady even installed an alarm for intruders. Curiosity was killing me, but nothing's gonna make me back down. Think, Amber. How to break into her house. Aha! Got it! A few days before Halloween, I prepped my costume and hatched a meticulous plan. But what's she hiding? Could it be a fugitive murderer? Or is she actually Jason? Stop with the wild guesses, Amber. If you want to know who she is, you've got to investigate. As expected, she had to turn off the house alarm when more and more kids showed up. Now's the time. While the next group of kids approached the porch for the old lady to participate in trick-or-treat, I sneaked in through the back window. Geez, it's creepy cold and dark in here. I always curse at the protagonists in horror movies for entering haunted houses. Why am I doing this again? Should I back out? Footsteps echo in the silent space. Oh no, the woman is coming back. The deeper I went, the more goosebumps I got. Just as I was about to give up, I spotted the ominous trunk in the dark corner of an empty room. In for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. Better get caught than die curious. I tiptoed toward the trunk, struggling to open it. It's so heavy! Jesus! I had to cover my mouth to stifle a scream. This is insane! I need to call the cops. But before I could act, I saw a shadow looming at the end of the hallway. It looked huge and bizarre. Its head started to twist and turn. Ah!
Hey, snap out of it, you scaredy cat.
Am I still alive? Limbs intact. Match checks. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 × 2 = 4. Phew. My memory's still working fine. Ah!
Chill. I'm human, okay?
In response to my horror, the nun before me wipes off her makeup, revealing a handsome guy underneath. Oh, it's the moving guy.
Nah, I'm her grandson. And Dad.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to sneak in. It's just my dog. I was looking for my dog. Oh, no worries, dear. The grumpy old lady's laughing? I thought, surely I've piqued your curiosity. What a stellar performance. Then Dan told me his grandma used to be an actress. Even though she's old now, she moves every few months, still passionate about pranking neighbors with her little skits. Knowing the truth, she seems even weirder.
Grandma mentioned a girl who keeps messing around in her yard.
So, you moved here?
Yup, to deal with the troublemakers.
I couldn't care less as I floated back home. Dan is my new neighbor.
Hey, beautiful Amber. Chocolate?
No thanks. Step off. Hurry up! The school corridor's buzzing as students rush outside, surrounding a black Mercedes. Or rather, the guy stepping out of it. Move! Let me through! It's him! He transferred to our school? He looks dazzling.
Hey, bad devil. Fancy meeting you here.
How do you know that nickname?
I'm your neighbor.
Amber, you're lucky to live next to him, huh? He's such a hunk. It's such an honor of you. Special privileges make me uneasy. Does Dan like me but isn't telling? Dan quickly joined the school basketball team, competing with Lewis for captaincy. Yeah, Lewis plays ball too, but since I'm not into him, never attended games. Now I'm watching one. Yup, for Dan.
Amber! You came to watch me play?
Dream on! I'm here to hand Dan his water. Post-game, I spotted him chatting with a cheerleading captain. They look cute together. Does Dan prefer soft and elegant girls? Time for a change. I guess it's not a big deal. That night, rummaging through my clothes, I found a dress Mom gifted last birthday. Never wore it. Found it! Next day, I came to school with a total new style.
You look good, but comfortable?
You really think I'm pretty? That's it. Comfort. Who cares? I need Dan to see me in this dress. But why does it itch? Ugh, it's unbearable. Is it a bug bite? What is that? Oh, my beautiful face. Why now? Look at her, impressing with monkey style. If I'm a monkey, I'm the cutest one. But seriously, why the itch?
Here, put this on.
You need the nurse!
Dan handed me his jacket, but it was Lewis who whisked me away. Seeing him up close isn't that bad. No, I'm into Dan.
You're allergic to the perfume!
Right, I did overdo it this morning. All to get Dan's attention. After taking meds and resting until the rash subsided, I felt better. I returned Dan's jacket before going home.
Feeling better? Granny sends her regards.
Thanks.
Come over sometime. Granny would love that.
Since then, I'd go over to play with Granny, doing chores and occasionally baking. This let me spend more time near Dan.
Thanks. Granny adores you.
Dan's words made me joyful. Felt like I was on my way to becoming his girl. One afternoon, while waiting for Granny, I found the jacket Dan lent me. He does care.
Huh?
Inside was a photo of a gorgeous girl my age. I placed it back, feeling indescribable. Days passed, and I stopped visiting Dan's house. My girly dress and other feminine stuff got shoved back in the closet. Because I recalled someone saying,
Someone who truly loves you will love you for being you.
Maybe he was right. At school, I warmed up to Lewis. At least, I wasn't rebuffing him anymore. Because rejection hurts, and honestly, Lewis is genuinely kind and adorable. I don't actually hate flowers, just so you know. And I do like chocolate.
As long as you like it, I'd buy you the whole world.
Our closeness caught Dan's attention. More than once, I caught him glaring at Lewis. No, he's taken and I should keep my distance. But Dan was more straightforward than I thought, wanting to talk after school.
Seems like I miss you. Granny mentions you all the time.
What am I to you? Your plaything? I'm not a fool. Who What would your girlfriend think, seeing me at your house constantly?
Girlfriend?
Yeah, the girl in your wallet.
That's my sister. She's overseas for treatment.
Suddenly, guilt washed over me. I hope she gets well soon.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Amber.
Yes?
Not only does Granny adore you, but so do I. Will you be my girlfriend?
I canceled plans with Louis to spend more time with Granny. Dan mentioned needing to work extra to fund his sister's treatment, so I kept Granny company. And as his girlfriend, that's the least I could do. I've heard about her. Granny didn't respond, so I knew she was sad. Although Dan warned me not to bring it up, I can't help it. She must be going through a lot.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I turned to see Granny removing her earphones. I was talking about Dan's sister.
What sister? Dan's an only child.
I felt like I was struck by lightning. Was there some kind of misunderstanding?
Hey, Amber! Hurry! You need to see this! I suspected he was up to no good. Look!
Following Louis's gaze, I spotted Dan talking to a girl under a tree. They were embracing. It was the girl from the photo. Gosh, I fell into a trap.
I'll sort him out for you.
Wait, I had another idea for revenge. He needs to learn a lesson. That weekend, after Louis intentionally lost, making Dan the basketball team captain, I snatched the mic from the announcer, ready to spill the tea. Hi, Dan. First off, congrats. Yay. Dan's face paled when he saw my shirt reading, "Dan is a cheater." But the real drama was about to unfold. Also, isn't your sister here today? No, Shh, let me guess. I'm Dan's girlfriend, right? What did you tell me again? My little sister getting treated overseas? Hilarious. Hey, anyone here Dan's girlfriend? Raise your hand. Surprisingly, most girls in the stand stood up. Wow, he played them all. But look at his face, like a kid caught red-handed. Jackpot! That's enough, Dan. The crowd erupted as I strutted away like a boss. But my revenge plan did cost me a bit. Good thing Louis chipped in.
Amber, you're so cool!
Of course. It's foolish to change yourself for someone who doesn't love you. Obviously, those who don't love you will want you to change for them.
Hey, Amber, did you hear?
Dan's story went viral at school. Serves the loser right. Hello, I'm Aiko, and while I hail from Japan, I'm not ethically Japanese. 12 years ago, I got separated from my parents during a shipwreck, and thereafter, I was adopted by Sensei Hiroshi. He's a wise and highly skilled ninja who has long lived in seclusion. Although I've always hoped to find my parents again, I have zero memories of them. There's absolutely no news about the shipwreck from 12 years ago. It's as if it vanished into thin air. The only thing that connects me to them is this necklace. Yeah, I know it doesn't exactly look like jewelry. Growing up, I became taller than the other kids, becoming their jokes. Look at her, she's so odd. She's not Sensei Hiroshi's daughter. Who are her real parents? Was she abandoned? Their words hurt, but luckily, my adoptive father has always been there for me. They say I'm different and not belonging here, Dad.
Prove them wrong with your skills, love. You make me proud.
And so, despite their whispers behind my back, by the age of 17, I had become a ninja with superior skills, winning many battles. Until one day, an event unfolded that would forever change my life. While I was on the street, awkwardly counting the pile of stuff I just bought for dinner, someone bumped into me, causing everything in my hands to fall. Hey, watch it! But he kept running. Thief, help me! A thief, huh? Well, today isn't his lucky day. I flung my shuriken towards him, then leapt and pinned him down. Come on, that's not nice. After the police took him away, I gathered my stuff and headed back. But weirdly, my intuition was telling me something was off. Someone was following me. As I slowed down, so did he. When I sped up, his steps hastened. I turned into an alley, stealthily observing the man frantically searching for me. Who are you? Interpol? But why?
Haven't you ever wondered about your real identity? We're investigating the shipwreck 12 years ago. It wasn't an accident, Aiko.
What do you want?
You were so lucky that you survived that shipwreck. But have you ever wondered how it was to your parents?
What do you want?
Join Interpol, complete the mission, and you'll be reunited with your parents.
This guy, he's nuts. Everyone around here knows I'm not Japanese and knows I survived that shipwreck. You don't need to act all ominous. Actually, this isn't the first time someone's approached me wanting me to join them. There were others before, just scammers. This time won't be different. When I returned home, a black car was just leaving. The car glided past, and the man looked straight at me. It's him again. Things are getting complicated. What's going on, Dad?
It wasn't an accident, Aiko. Interpol. They wanted to reopen the investigation.
I knew what he was talking about. So it's true. This is real. Then I told Dad everything about the man from earlier.
Do what you think is best, my child.
But how can I leave you, Dad? How do I investigate the outside world? Who are my real parents? I don't even know their names.
Now you're a skilled ninja. What's there to worry about? You should contact him. He's the only one who can help you find your parents.
What if they died in that shipwreck? But what if they're alive and have been looking for me all these 12 years? Sweetie, hold Mommy's hand tight. You're the bravest girl. No, my daughter! My daughter! Mom! Right, he knows them. I must find him at all costs. I searched for my bag, only to realize then I had thrown it away. Oh no! I ran through the streets at midnight, hoping to find that piece of paper. I caught the thief here, then I met the man here. I meticulously searched every inch of the street, thinking the wind would have carried it far, and eventually, luck smiled at me. There you are, you elusive little thing. Finally, I found you. Mr. Johnson! I picked up my phone and dialed his number without hesitation.
It's a bit late, Aiko.
A week later, I found myself in the States, at the address Johnson tossed my way.
Welcome to the USA, or should I say, back. Now get down from that tree.
Just testing the waters with the guy. He passed.
Let's see. Now your name's Elena. Agent Elena.
Agent Elena? Has a nice all-American ring to it, doesn't it? But deep down, I'd rather ninja. My mission is to retrieve a tape held by a billionaire's son, also a survivor of that fateful ship. What's on the tape?
Top secret, but know this. Succeed and you'll meet your parents.
Enter Baron, the gatekeeper to the truth. Not bad looking either. Post-mission, I might ask him out. Focus, Aiko! Best way in? Be his bodyguard.
What's up?
Dump your bodyguards. I alone got you covered. Hire me.
Give me one reason.
Skilled fighter and, broke. I can protect you.
Cocky much? This guy's from South Africa, and this one's a top-tier pound-for-pound fighter for years. You think you can take them?
Let's find out. It was basically a job interview. Fast forward, the South African guy was down, and the American powerhouse was flat. Baron seemed impressed, so I got the gig. Phew. I mean Elena, Sir Baron. Homeward bound?
No, I'm hungry.
Great, the rich kid wants pizza from his favorite spot. Are all rich folks this whimsical?
Move right!
Whoa! At home, we drive on the left. Honestly, never drove before. Could teach him tree hopping ninja style if he's up for it.
Watch the road! Signs are on the right! On the right!
Need to find that tape and bounce. It's Johnson.
Update, Psycho. Where are you?
At a pizzeria.
Be careful. Others are after the tape too.
Looking around, I noticed some shady figures. Game's getting tough. Bring it! That night, while Baron showered, I sneaked into his room, searching. Where's the tape? Phone? Nope. Computer? Nah. Where could it be? Wait, the singing stopped. Water's off. Turning around, I found Baron standing there, draped in a towel. Oh Lord, those muscles.
What's happening? Why did you become my bodyguard?
No. Sawmouse. Just searching.
What? A mouse? Help!
He jumped on me, shaking. Gosh, you're heavy. Sit tight. I got this. Over the next weeks, Baron and I grew closer, which made sense since I'm his bodyguard. But as we hung out more and I was allowed to dress casually, the gap seemed to shorten. He's kinda cute, but mission's always on my mind. Searched when Baron wasn't around. No luck. Does he carry it? I told Johnson, and his new directive made me ponder.
Then you gotta abduct Baron. I'll have people handle it. Bring him to the rendezvous. Counting on you, Aiko.
But why? Why not straightforwardly ask Baron? Why so sneaky? Is it related to my parents? Next day, driving Baron to a deserted road, I pretended to step out to buy water. Saw two men in black taking him. Alright, waiting's my game now. Hours ticked, no news. I called Johnson.
He had nothing, damn it. Aiko, head back and await further instructions.
Before I hung up, I heard, give him one last chance. What's he gonna do to Baron? Was it all about the tape? If anything happens to him, it's on me. Suddenly, a swarm of cop cars zoomed by. Unsure of the happenings, but I followed. Police secretly surrounded an abandoned building. I used the car Johnson gave me to approach. Never thought it'd be handy.
You're from Interpol? Haven't seen you before.
What's going on?
We tracked Baron and he's inside, kidnapped. Boss is there too, planning entry without alerting them.
Wait, wasn't kidnapping Baron an Interpol directive? Johnson, what have you done? I've walked into a trap. After secretly scoping the joint and counting heads, I decided to fly solo on this one. Only I could pull this off.
Hey, Elena, it's dangerous!
Ignoring the naysayers, I vaulted the fence, sneaking in. Ninja skills, activate. Quickly, the outside guards were down. Peeking in the last room, Baron's tied up.
Where's the tape? How should I know? Probably at the bottom of the ocean. Lies! Your family was on the first lifeboat!
Then there's a crash and Baron screamed. Stop, Johnson! Who are you really? I rushed to Baron, helping him up.
That's it! How'd you get it?
What? What are you talking about? Before I could react, Johnson snatched my necklace.
Never expected this. So you had it all along.
What is it?
A deal's a deal. Since you found it for me, meet your parents as promised.
Don't tell me.
I know where your parents are. Somewhere under the Pacific.
He lunged at me, but truth hurt more than any blow. Frozen, I didn't dodge his impending attack.
Your parents aren't dead!
Baron's shout snapped me back. I dodged Johnson's blow.
Don't let him have it! Hurry!
All right, Father Hiroshi, lend me the strength of a true ninja. I picked up a piece of wood, leaping into the air. He will pay for his crimes. Father Hiroshi didn't teach me to use power to harm. He scurried off immediately. But escape? Not a chance. Baron and I were taken to the hospital, though fully conscious. Turns out, Johnson, a high-ranking Interpol official, led a weapon smuggling ring. My necklace was a USB containing a video of him ordering the ship sinking to destroy evidence. You said you knew about my parents. Are they alive?
You'll see.
As he finished, the door swung open. In came his parents. Oh, my boy.
You gotta keep loving me like this, okay? What happened? I found her.
Both parents turned to me, as did I to him. At that moment, I was speechless. I imagined I'd cry when meeting my parents. Why is it like this? I wanted to hug them, but felt empty. Do I have feelings for Baron? Like a sister to a brother? Without a word, I bolted. I wanted to return to Japan right now. Father Hiroshi welcomed me with open arms, and I burst into tears.
It's okay, my child. It's over.
I slipped back into my old life. A week post-incident, a familiar figure appeared.
I knew it'd be hard to accept everything immediately. I thought you'd need time. 12 years ago, my parents worked with Johnson in Interpol and first saw his true face. I was the one who put the USB necklace on you when chaos erupted.
So he used my quest to find my parents to get that video before Interpol? What a jerk!
Only you and I got on the lifeboat. You got lost. My parents weren't as lucky. Then I was adopted.
You're not my real brother? That's great then. Once my emotions settled, my parents came. When I hugged them, it felt like the missing 12 years never happened. I decided to move back to the States with them, always remembering the loving father I left in Japan. Rumors say Zane Harris is secretly dating... I wouldn't chase this story if my boss wasn't so adamant about snagging an exclusive on him.
Consider this a test for your team lead position. Leave that tech company data theft story for later.
Everyone knows he's the hottest singer around, but getting information on this tight-lipped guy is a mission. But an article on him? Click gold. It's actually worth the gamble. But how to approach with his giant bodyguards everywhere? Once, I posed as a superfan for a pic with him. Zane was cool, but in a flash, his guards had me tossed aside before the camera could focus. Oh, a gorgeous girl approaches him. Camera ready for Zane spotted with beauty at cafe. But turns out, she's his assistant handing over documents. Bingo! Becoming his assistant is my golden ticket. Genius, felon! First, I gotta oust the current girl. Had a journalist pal to meet her, snapped pics and sent them to Zane's manager. You can imagine his fury seeing her with the press. Sorry girl, I got work to do. Then, I whipped up fake resumes saying I've been an assistant to various celebs. And boom, I landed an interview. Trying to stay cool, but internally, I'm freaking out.
If Zane is late for a crucial photo shoot and no ride, what do?
Grab a taxi?
Too risky. Fans will block every exit.
Oh, I got it. Toss him in a dumpster and wheel him there.
Bold. But it works. Taylor Swift did it once. Next, Zane has packed schedules. If he's exhausted and won't wake up, what do?
No worries. Been a black belt in karate since 15. I tried to keep myself smiling while the manager looked scared. Then Zane, leaning against the door, popped up.
Interesting girl. Can you start tomorrow?
Looking up, Zane glowed like an angel. No wonder he's a youth sensation. Just like that, I became Zane's assistant, stunning the manager. I won't use karate on him, promise. On day 1, Zane's workload was insane. An interview with Vogue at 9, 2 photo shoot sessions in the afternoon, and a commercial shoot at night. Jesus, he must be a robot. And I, his assistant, gotta be 3 robots. Now, understanding the hefty paycheck, I had earlier thought of quitting journalism. Phew. But wait, when does he even have time to date? Maybe rumors are just that. While I was sorting contracts, a top secret document piqued my curiosity. Journalist instincts kicked in.
Don't touch that. Hand it over.
I'm sorry,
It's a big contract I'm considering. Don't worry about it.
Zane didn't want me snooping, so I backed off. After the second photo shoot, we headed somewhere unknown to me.
I visit here monthly. The press doesn't know.
Bingo! I am the press. Congrats, boss. We hit gold. Turns out it was an orphanage. Kids rushed to greet Zane, apparently a familiar face.
Who's the best kid this week?
It was the first time I saw him genuinely happy. Zane grew up there and has been supporting it since hitting it big. What a warm-hearted guy. We returned, finishing the night's work. After we entered the elevator, the lights flickered off and it stopped. Help! Looking at my reaction, Zane saw my distress.
Fallon, you have claustrophobia?
Yeah, I might have a heart attack.
What do I do?
Could you sing Justin Bieber?
Which song?
Anything, please.
Okay.
Suddenly, Zane hugged me.
It's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe.
A famous singer serenading me. Seeing Zane's worried face and awkward expression, I laughed. Thank you. That night, I pondered whether to write about Zane and the orphanage, but exposure would keep him away and likely cost me the job before achieving my initial goal. This is trickier than I thought. When I woke up and rubbed my eyes to check the clock, 10 a.m. Damn, late for the editorial office. Wait, I'm supposed to be writing, but I'm also Zane's assistant. Frantically calling to apologize, Zane was chill.
It's all good. Got personal stuff today.
Phew! Maybe being a celeb assistant isn't that hard. But hold up, his schedule was jam-packed all week. Bingo! Private matters? That's tabloid gold. I zoomed just as Zane got in his car. No bodyguards. Totally odd. He must be on a stealth date. Jumping in a taxi, I stealthily followed. He walked into an alley. Camera ready. What? Is he dating a thug? This scoop might break 1,000,000 hearts, but what unfolded next was jaw-dropping. It was the document from yesterday.
Here's all you need.
Easy money. Celebs have the best connections.
I've seen that young man somewhere before. That's right. So Zane is the one assisting those data traffickers who have been trading confidential data from the tech company that's recently been in the news. Unbelievable! As I was standing there, agape at the sight before me, a hand grabbed my collar and pushed me outside.
Looky here. Caught a little mouse.
What now? Wow, lovely weather. Thought I'd walk my dog. Where's my dog?
Cut the crap, Giorno.
He showed me my personal info on his phone screen.
You've been tailing us, huh?
Why, Fallon? You posed as my assistant to dig up dirt? Lied and spied on me? What's your next headline? Famous singer Zane Harris in cahoots with criminals?
Hold on, I just...
Should have kept a closer eye on you.
Hey, not the place for a lover's spat.
When I give the signal, run.
What?
I'll see you in court.
These nuts are crazy.
Run!
Zane grabbed my hand and we dashed out of the alley with the goons chasing, but failing to catch up. On the way back, I didn't know how to break the silence with Zane. I had 1,000,000 questions, and I was sure he did too. Okay, I'll go first. I'm sorry for lying to you.
Look, I'd love to settle the score with you, but I need your help right now. Once this is done, we're square.
Turns out, Zane was being blackmailed by these hackers, threatening to wreck his reputation unless he handed over some information.
They even threaten kids. Scumbags!
The documents contain personal info about major corporate partners, billionaires, CEOs, and some shady folks. So, what do you need from me?
Write an expose on them. And me. Meanwhile, I'll get the kids to safety.
But you'll take the fall since you handed them the docs.
I'll take the responsibility.
I have a better idea. Yeah, retrieving the docs before involving the cops. Sounds crazy, but thrilling. Found their hideout through emails they sent Zane. Tracing the IP address was tricky, but nothing I can't handle. In half an hour, I located their server in a lab on the city outskirts. Go me!
Who are you exactly?
A journalist, a hacker, or an assistant saving her boss. Take your pick. We reached the located area. I instructed Zane to stay put while I scouted. As I snuck in, 2 baldies noticed me. First lesson in journalism school, learn martial arts. When I was preparing to strike, another guy tackled me from behind. Then, a window shattered and Zane jumped in. I told you to wait outside.
Then who would save your butt?
We threw punches and kicks, taking them down one by one. Zane and I were quite the team. I didn't know Zane could fight. He seemed even hotter than when he's performing. After dealing with the goons, we ran up the spiral staircase. Almost 10 floors. Gosh, last time I ran like this was when I was late to the editorial office. Finally, we stopped in front of a massive steel door.
Stand back. I'll break it down.
Before I could react, Zane charged, but it was a metal door, so he bounced back. Hold up, there's an easier way. I spotted a fire extinguisher and used it to smash the lock. The door flew open, revealing a terrifying sight inside. Rows of computers connected to a gigantic floating screen were conducting data transactions worldwide. The boss walked in as we were still absorbing the scene.
Welcome to the greatest info trade show ever.
Zane burst into laughter, confusing both the boss and me.
3, 2, 1.
Screen displayed error messages and transactions failed.
Why?
The chip I gave you was a missing piece.
Ah, damn it.
As the boss lunged at Zane, I jumped on him, pinning him to the floor. Missing a piece? Didn't you just pull the plug?
Enjoy your prison food.
Look! I screamed as all computers rebooted. Data transferred resumed. 97, 98, 99. Seriously? But then the computer short-circuited. Lights flickered. Is it...
Get out! The building's gonna blow!
What? 10 floors? In that moment, Zane grabbed my hand and we jumped out of the window. I thought my exit would be more glamorous. Huh? While Zane cursed the guy who replugged the system, activating the self-destruct, I silently watched the ashes. Finally, it's over.
Not over yet. I can still sue you for forgery.
But I helped you!
Well, barely. Not enough to call it even.
Days later, I published the truth about the tech company data theft.
I told you to write about Zane Harris.
Here, what else should I investigate about him?
Rumors about him dating. What else?
Dating? How should I write this?
My daughter was intently reading love letters as I told her about the old romance between me and her dad. Suddenly, the doorbell rang and I rushed to open it, only to find Tommy, the most famous guitarist of the band Atome, and the lead singer Andre. Both of them were standing there with radiant smiles and a big gift in their hands. Daddy's home! Wait. I want you guys to guess who the real husband and father of my daughter is. Both of these handsome guys pretty tough, right? Before I reveal the answer, don't forget to like and subscribe to MDA. Hi, I'm Julia. Back in high school, I was a total bookworm. I didn't care about school parties, beauty contests, prom, or anything like that. I just buried my nose in thick books until one day, my Prince Charming appeared. I always volunteered to take care of the stray cats at school after classes. Being around those annoying classmates made me realize just how much I loved animals. One day, while I was bringing pâté to the stray cats in the schoolyard, a group of boys surrounded me. One of them grabbed a kitten by the scruff and lifted it high. He had a nasty, wicked grin on his face. "Don't hurt it!" I screamed, trying to protect the kitten. He didn't say a word, just smirked and let go of the kitten. In its panic, the kitten spread its claws and launched straight at me.
Watch out!
I couldn't react in time, only feeling someone grab my arm and pull me away. My face hit a solid chest, and I realized my savior was Andre, the hot boy of the class. Oh, mamma mia. In this misfortune, there was a silver lining. Even if the pâté fell, it would be a romantic rain. Would he ask me to dance? Ah!
This is so annoying.
We tumbled to the ground. Andre still held me, asking if I was okay with those gentle eyes. Everything around me faded in the presence of his beauty. In contrast to Andre's gentleness, Tommy, the rich and cold son of a famous entertainment company, was notorious for being icy and wealthy. Watching him knock on each bully's head, I couldn't help but think, he must be the ringleader of this gang. That night at home, I couldn't stop thinking about Andrew saving me. A few days later, a clip of Andrew rescuing me in the schoolyard went viral. He became even more famous online, and I was determined to pursue Andrew. There were so many girls around him, making it impossible for me to get close. I made some chocolate for Andrew and secretly placed it under his desk. The next morning, I was thrilled to see him open the box and eat it. But as soon as he took a bite, he spat it out. Moments later, Andrew broke out in hives. Quick, get Andrew to the nurse's office. He's allergic to almonds. My love confession turned into a disaster. Luckily, the doctor said he was given allergy medicine. The next day, the whole school was buzzing about someone maliciously putting almonds in Andrew's chocolate. Everyone tried to find out who sent it. Naturally, I was scared to death. I hid in the restroom, eavesdropping, when a hand holding a phone appeared in front of me. It had recorded the entire scene of me sneaking the chocolate under Andrew's desk. I'm doomed. I looked up to see Tommy's smug smile.
Looks like someone owes me an explanation, huh?
I swear, I didn't know he was allergic to almonds. I begged Tommy to keep the secret, but what he said next hit me like a lightning bolt.
Andre is being trained to become a famous star at my dad's company. The company is afraid of people like you harming him, so they've asked him to leave school.
Because of my silly mistake, I never saw Andrew again. My heart shattered.
But there's still a way for you to meet him and apologize.
Oh, anything. Just help me. I'll do anything.
Our company is looking for a new assistant for a new band. With my connections, it's not hard to get you that position.
What's the condition?
Be my personal assistant for 2 months. Consider it training.
I didn't like the idea at all, but he had me cornered. So from then on, I had to follow the annoying Tommy around. He made me do all sorts of things. Personal chauffeur to take him shopping, prepare towels after his swim. He even made me his spokesperson. Suddenly, I had to be the spokesperson for an arrogant, bossy guy. Because of that, the bullies were afraid of me. Everyone gossiped that I was his clingy girlfriend. Ugh, the person I liked was Andrew. Those 2 months were a test of my patience, waiting for the day I could work with Andrew and get rid of the jerk Tommy. Finally, the day came when I got the assistant position. I dressed up nicely to meet Andrew.
Oh my gosh, isn't that bookworm Julia? You look cute these days.
I joyfully hugged Andrew. Suddenly, Tommy grabbed my collar and pulled me aside.
It's not that easy.
That annoying Tommy! What did he mean by that? After that, Tommy and I had a private meeting and he made me furious. You tricked me. You promised I'd meet Andrew if I became the assistant.
Well, you met him, didn't you? That doesn't mean you won't still be my assistant.
I couldn't keep my cool anymore. I slammed my fist on the table and yelled at him. I won't be your assistant anymore. I'll tell Andrew everything. That's it.
Even the almond chocolate thing.
This infuriating guy. I was really losing my patience with him.
If people found out you have feelings for Andre, you'll never be able to face him again. So you can only go through me.
I should have never trusted this bully from the start, but you know how it is. I didn't have a choice. If the almond chocolate thing got out, I might even end up in court. I still had to continue being Tommy's assistant at his house. But then Tommy's behavior got really weird. My job as Tommy's assistant at his house became oddly easy. Sometimes he'd just have me drive his Ferrari and give me money to buy whatever I wanted, saying he couldn't spend it all himself. Or he'd have me sit down and read books to him or pose for him to draw. But every time I tried to meet Andrew, Tommy would make me do ridiculous tasks for 10 or 12 hours straight, like washing and drying his supercars by hand. Just one car? Too easy. Tommy suddenly pulled a remote from his pocket. The other garage doors opened. Holy moly, he wanted me to wash 5 Ferraris at once.
Wash each one twice, then dry them thoroughly by hand.
Are all rich people this crazy? This was driving me nuts. I grabbed 2 paint cans and sprayed them all over his Ferraris. Serves you right, you jerk.
If you keep laughing, you won't have time to meet your precious crush.
Unfortunately, I didn't dare fight back since he had me cornered. I finished the task, but Tommy wouldn't let up. After 5 hours, he even made me count out $100 bills until I reached $100,000. After each cleaning session, I was too exhausted to stand. I'd fall asleep every time. Because of that, I missed several chances to meet Andrew. Similarly, another time, after finishing my task and preparing to meet Andrew, I saw Tommy running out of a secret room with scratched arms. I had no idea what he'd gotten into. As I was looking for bandages for Tommy, I heard, "Ah!" A black cat walked out of Tommy's secret room. It rubbed against my leg. Hey, that's the stray cat I used to take care of in the schoolyard. I looked at Tommy with confusion. Finally, he sheepishly explained. Turns out Tommy liked cats too. He was worried no one would care for them during the summer, so he brought them home. For the first time, I thought he wasn't so bad. So I sat Tommy down and bandaged his arms. Suddenly, our eyes met. Oh my gosh, I was so flustered, I ran to my room and shut the door. Since the stray cat came here, I felt more comfortable around Tommy. He kept his promise to let me meet Andrew, but he was always there, acting like a third wheel. It made things awkward. I kept wondering what Tommy really wanted. What was that moment when our eyes met? No, I came here to get closer to Andrew. I decided this time I wouldn't miss my chance to see Andrew. I'd throw him a birthday party. That day, I went to the company office alone, planning a surprise birthday party for Andrew. I was struggling to hang a balloon when someone grabbed my legs and lifted me up so I could reach. Tommy, why do you keep following me?
It's my band member's birthday. Not inviting me?
I ignored him and continued preparing the party for Andrew. Seeing I was upset, Tommy tried to make me laugh. Stop joking around! I said stop joking! Oh no, I slipped and fell into Tommy, knocking over the table. The cake and food went everywhere. I was furious with Tommy and was about to give him a piece of my mind when he pulled me into hiding. He wouldn't let me make a sound. Just then, Andrew walked into the room. He saw the mess and got really angry, then stormed out. I couldn't take it anymore and tried to follow Andrew, but Tommy held me back. Enough! Stay away from me, you selfish jerk!
Where are you going?
Today, I'm confessing to him. Tommy suddenly pulled me back and kissed me.
Julia, I like you. Can you just stop liking Andre?
Let go, you're just selfish. Who likes someone and leads others to bully them? You just want to ruin things because everyone treats Andrew well.
He doesn't deserve you. Actually,
we kept arguing and I decided to make it clear to Tommy. I only love Andrew. Rip up all the contracts. You're just making me feel annoyed and miserable. That night, I packed up and left Tommy's mansion. Back home, I tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Why did Tommy say Andrew wasn't worthy? And what was this confusing feeling I had? After that, I blocked all the calls from Tommy. In his last email, Tommy said he would respect my wishes and stop bothering me. He also transferred me to be Andrew's assistant as promised. I didn't believe Tommy's confession was sincere, but for some reason, seeing that message made me feel uneasy. A few days later, Andrew suddenly showed up at my house and rang the doorbell. When I opened the door, he hugged me tightly. It turned out Andrew knew I had secretly planned his birthday party, but that Tommy ruined it, so he felt guilty. He was moved by what I had done for him and suggested that we try dating. Wasn't this what I had always wanted? But as we went on dates, Andrew talked a lot, yet I found myself uninterested in his stories. It felt like we had no chemistry. Strangely enough, I kept thinking about Tommy. Everything was a tangled mess until the day I discovered the truth. That day, I heard someone sent a blackmail video to the company targeting Andrew. Unexpectedly, the video showed the day I started liking Andrew. I couldn't believe my eyes. He was paying those bullies to stage his rescue of me to boost his own popularity.
Julia, let me explain. I was wrong then, but now I genuinely like you.
I felt disappointed in my own judgment. By now, I could tell that Tommy had liked me all along. That's why he was always looking out for me, not leading the bullies. He made me his personal assistant so no one could bully me again. Andrew panicked when he saw I wasn't angry with him. The company also begged me to testify against the bullies for defamation. I will testify for you, but the person I truly like is the one who has always protected me silently. It's not you, Andrew. Right after that, Andrew apologized and took responsibility publicly. As for me, of course I had to talk to the person I wanted to see the most right then. I'm ready to hear you scold me now. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me anymore, okay? Tommy took a deep breath and then said everything he had been holding back.
Do you know I made you do all those tasks because I was scared you'd go meet Andre?
And then what?
I liked you since I saw you taking care of the stray cats in the schoolyard. Did you know that?
And then what? Why didn't you tell me what Andrew had done to me?
If I had told you from the start, you wouldn't have believed me and you could have been in danger. I knew this because it was Andre's plan, which he proposed to my dad in a meeting.
Before Tommy could finish, I pulled him towards me and kissed him. Daddy! Uncle Andrew! More than 10 years later, Tommy and I got married. Tommy and Andrew's relationship improved, and they often went on tours together and then gathered at our house for meals. If you want to hear more exciting stories, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for the next ones. I woke up in the sterile white room of the hospital feeling an immediate sharp pain from my tightly bandaged face. The cold lights reflected off the ceiling, making me dizzy for a moment. Hello, I'm Lena, a singer who was once famous but is now faded in the harsh world of entertainment. However, the major surgery I just underwent is not only to change my appearance, but also a hope to regain my lost glory. I once stood at the pinnacle of fame, where every song I sang became a hit, and my name was always trending. Just stepping foot somewhere would create a buzz with fans swarming around me for autographs. Sounds great, right? But do you know what was the best part for me? It was partying all night long, losing myself in the energetic beats. At least until my friend Phineas, an indie musician, started nagging with his usual boring remarks.
Hey, go home. You have a big show tomorrow.
Whatever. Do you know who I am? If necessary, I'll cancel it and they'll beg me to reschedule.
But what if you ruin your voice from all this drinking? You haven't been practicing lately.
You're nagging too much. Just go home. Phineas hesitated and then left quietly. He's still as clueless and dull as ever. I staggered back home much later and felt like someone was following me. But every time I turned around, there was no one there. Once inside, I still felt uneasy, so I opened the door and freaked out when I saw a picture of me with a bunch of scribbles and the worst message imaginable. For the past week, I'd been receiving these strange photos every night. I reported it to the police, but it was useless since the camera outside my house kept getting tampered with. What does this person want? And to make matters worse, the press kept attacking me for my partying habits and diva attitude, which only added to my headaches. I dragged myself back to my room and scrolled through my phone to relax, only to see a post about Irene, the trainee from my company who is debuting the next day. I never liked that girl because of her phony personality. I'd planned to ignore it and sleep until I read these comments. Irene is so beautiful and talented, she'll shine, unlike Lena who's fading away.
I was a Lena fan, but I'm officially an Irene fan now.
Same company, but look at her energy. Lena seems so gloomy and worn out lately.
I was sure Irene paid for those comments because there was no way fans would turn against me that quickly. Wait, could she also be the one sending those creepy photos to scare me? Ugh! Just wait, I'll get to the bottom of this. The next morning I went to Irene's press conference and, while no one was paying attention, I dragged her to a corner. Hey, admit it. You did this, didn't you? How low can you go? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Don't lie. You're such a fake with a nasty heart. Please let me go, it hurts! At that moment, a group of people suddenly rushed in with cameras, yelling and cursing. Boycott her! She's a senior bullying Irene! I quickly ducked and scrambled away, but they grabbed me. I tried to run, but they kept chasing, and I was so scared that I fell. Just then, a guy threw his jacket over me and helped me escape safely. We took refuge in a coffee shop, and he introduced himself as Thomas, a plastic surgeon and a big fan of mine. Thank you so much, but things aren't what they seem.
I know. I've been following you enough to understand.
Feeling understood, I didn't hesitate to share the frustrations I'd been bottling up. Then he spoke.
Have you noticed how society nowadays values beauty more than anything? Not everyone sees your talent and beautiful soul. They just chase after new, fresh faces. Seeing my confusion, he continued. Just look at the comments online. Don't they all criticize your appearance?
He was right, and worse, they were comparing me to that irritating Irene.
Don't worry, I'll help you reclaim the spotlight that's supposed to belong to you.
But how?
By giving you a makeover, of course.
I was a bit taken aback, so I asked Thomas for more time to think.
Are you crazy? Your face is perfect. You don't need plastic surgery.
Stop yelling at me! It's perfectly normal these days!
It's childish. I don't support this.
Hey, no need to be harsh. Look at yourself. You've been struggling for years and nobody knows you. Before I could say more, Phineas hung up. Maybe I was a bit too harsh, but he should try to understand me. Ignoring Phineas, I started researching plastic surgery. Wow, it looked amazing! Thomas was a renowned plastic surgeon, so I felt 100% confident in trusting him with my face. Today is the day I go under the knife. I'm getting my nose refined, eyelids done, and the corners of my eyes adjusted. Just a little. The following days were tough with my bandaged nose and swollen eyes, struggling to breathe and in immense pain. But luckily, Thomas was there for me, coming over to take care of me every day. Phineas also made amends and brought me soup. Like he could stay mad at me for long. It took me 2 weeks to recover, and oh my gosh, look at me. My face looks so much more balanced. I was so thrilled that I hugged Thomas without realizing our lips had touched, causing both of us to blush and step back. Still, my heart fluttered with excitement. After that, I posted a picture on Instagram and received a flood of compliments. People said things like, "You're glowing," and "Share your beauty secrets," or "Goddess alert." They asked if I had work done, but of course, I claimed to be naturally beautiful. Brands started booking me nonstop, and I was invited to many big events. It felt like my fame was returning. Thomas was always by my side, and eventually, we became a couple. He was perfect, almost unreal, and always gave me useful advice. However, sometimes he acted a bit strange. He insisted I wear my hair in a specific way, dress in vintage clothes, wear red lipstick at home, and even eat watermelon with mayonnaise. Weird, right? But I found it endearing and didn't think much of it. Only one person remained skeptical.
I feel like there's something off about Thomas. I think you should...
Hey, don't tell me you're jealous.
What? Are you crazy?
So you're just envious that I have someone supporting me and helping me regain my fame? Admit it.
You're too much. Don't talk to me again.
Fine, stay mad if you want. I had plenty of other things to focus on, like becoming even more fabulous and moving forward in my career.
How about a little more surgery? It would give you an even more sophisticated look and make you more appealing to top producers.
Without much thought, I went for it. This time, I got my jawline contoured and lip fillers to stay on trend, as Thomas suggested. I started singing again, but since I had neglected my vocal practice, my voice was all over the place. Luckily, Thomas had a solution and prepared the equipment for me to lip sync. Shh, don't tell anyone! However, over time, I noticed my popularity waning again. On show posters, Irene's photo was still larger than mine, and many brands chose her over me. Just wait. One day, I'll make sure Irene is just a forgotten name. I had to be prettier than her. I stared at myself in the mirror 24/7, becoming obsessed with my appearance, seeing flaws everywhere. I kept getting fillers, Botox, and minor surgeries, but was never satisfied, crying every night from the stress.
Oh, I feel so bad for you. Maybe it's time to end this suffering. You need a complete transformation. Literally.
You mean, what?
You need a completely new face. Only then will your fate change, instead of just being average.
But...
It's up to you. There's only one chance. Your rival is about to enter an international competition, and her fame will skyrocket.
His words lit a fire in me, so I decided to undergo a major surgery, the one that would bring me to the peak of my career. The pain was 1,000,000 times worse than before, but it would be worth it. I believed so. But the audience's reaction left me speechless. They kept insulting my new face, calling it ordinary, and accusing me of lying about being naturally beautiful. Anti-fan pages multiplied. I was in shock and wanted to call Phineas like I used to, but I remembered he hadn't spoken to me since that day. I went to Thomas's clinic to find him, but he wasn't there. Suddenly, I noticed something sticking out of Thomas's drawer. It was a bunch of pictures of me with red scribbles all over them, just like the one sent to my house. Curious, I rummaged through the drawer and was horrified to find a pile of pictures of Thomas with a girl's photo cut out from everywhere and pasted next to him to make them look like a couple. She had a specific hairstyle, dressed in vintage clothes, wore red lipstick, and looked exactly like me now. I turned one of the photos over and read, "My dearest Rosa, I love you madly, love your hairstyle, love the vintage style, and the way you eat watermelon with mayonnaise. But you were cruel to reject me. But I have a plan. I will make someone else turn into you and stay with me." My chest tightened and I ran out of there, cutting off all contact with Thomas. But the next day, he came to my house, knelt down, and begged for a chance to make things right.
I just saw Rosa in you, so please, don't leave me. You can't do this.
You're sick! You manipulated me into surgery to look like someone you're obsessed with, and now you want me to forgive you? Get out!
How dare you! No one rejects Thomas! Just wait and see.
Let go! You're hurting me! Thomas jerked back, apologized, then went to his car and brought back a Labubu keychain, telling me to take it as a final token of his affection. I hesitated, but took it, as it was something I had always wanted. Then I sent Thomas away, saying we were now strangers. In the days that followed, every time I went online, I felt like dying from all the negative comments. I looked in the mirror and scratched at my face, hating the sight of the person I didn't even know. I locked myself at home for a month until one day, there was a knock on the door, and it was Phineas.
You look different.
If you're here to mock me, just go away.
Wait, I'm worried about you, and I really want to be here for you. Please, don't shut me out.
That moment, I felt deeply touched and let Phineas in. In the end, he was the only one who hadn't abandoned me. Phineas encouraged me to practice singing again to improve my voice, which I'd neglected for so long. I also discovered that he was actually the famous anonymous songwriter EXO, who was hugely popular online. All this time, I had thought he was a nobody. I felt so embarrassed. We spent some truly chill days together, as people often say, sitting by the window with Phineas, writing music, and me singing along. Being with Phineas, I no longer obsessed over my appearance or compared myself to anyone else. He was like a refreshing breeze on a hot summer day, making me feel at ease and even a bit fluttery. It turned out that my friend was very sweet and gentlemanly, but I had been too blind to notice before.
Hey, why are you staring like that? Am I too handsome or something?
Silly, are you delusional?
Hey, why do you keep carrying around a gift from your ex?
Because I like it. Jealous?
Well, no, but
Time flew by and we collaborated on a new song by Phineas, planning to use it for my comeback. Phineas used all his connections to help me get a spot at a major event broadcasted on TV. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. My performance was right after Irene's, but I no longer felt uneasy when I saw her. However, as soon as Irene started singing, I was shocked to recognize the exact words from my song! When the MC announced my turn, I was trembling, unsure of what to do next. Suddenly, the screen displayed old recordings of me where I expressed jealousy and my desire to be more beautiful than Irene. The audience immediately booed and cursed at me. I ran away and suddenly saw Thomas. He rushed to hug me.
Lena, please come back to me. If you don't, I'll make sure you suffer 1,000 times more than this.
I immediately broke free and ran away. My instincts told me that he was definitely involved in this incident. I was devastated, thinking my career was over. But with Phineas's encouragement, I gradually pulled through. Maybe it was time to stop chasing fame and trying to please everyone. I decided to record a video explaining everything that had happened, about my current face, and finally, I just want to say that true value lies within. An appearance is just a facade. It doesn't define who you are. After that, I sang the last part of the song, which was not in the demo, and announced my decision to quit mainstream activities. The audience reacted positively to my video, urging me to come back, but it no longer mattered. I knew Thomas often stalked me, but I paid him no mind. Until one day, Phineas discovered a hidden camera inside the Labubu keychain that Thomas had given me. It turned out he had been using it to spy on me and had stolen the demo, selling it to Irene to get back at me. Phineas and I gathered more evidence and filed charges against Thomas, leading to his imprisonment. Serves him right. Phew, it was all so crazy, but finally I could enjoy some peace. Phineas and I started dating after all the hardships we had faced together. One day while we were out for a walk, we saw a woman who looked very familiar. Wasn't she the girl Thomas was obsessed with? The one who looked like me? My heart raced, but then calmed down.
So, do you want to get some adjustments to look different from her?
No need. Even if we have similar faces, we are still two separate individuals. What matters is, I'm the one who loves you, not her.
I held a photo in front of Pete, the worst bully in my high school. Look what I got! What if everyone knows you're gay?
How dare you threaten me? Don't you know who I am?
If you touch me, I will upload this on the internet. The color started to drain from Pete's face and I was pleased. What he did next took me by surprise. He got on his knees to give me $300 and begged me to keep it a secret. Hi, I'm Kim, 18 years old. Every student of London High dreaded my name. With my phone always next to me, I could easily snoop around and catch everyone's secret. The guy just now is Pete. I hated him because he was a violent douchebag. I was originally just trying to get pictures of him getting wasted, but instead, I hit the jackpot when I caught him kissing his secret boyfriend. If I had captured his boyfriend's face clearly, I would have made $500. And that was how I opened my own business and used other secrets to make money. A few weeks after Pete was caught by me, he mysteriously disappeared from the school. Well, whatever. No one cared if such a bully was gone. Like I said, I knew a lot of secrets. I even knew an extremely dark secret of the student council president, Rue. It was thanks to one occasion I stayed behind to participate in extracurricular activities that I spotted her in the back of the school's empty yard. In her hands, I saw a stack of my class's history exams. Rue was about to set fire to it when I jumped in. Catcha! She was startled and tried to hide the exam papers behind her back. What will it take to keep your mouth shut? Simple. $200. Wait a sec. I did pretty well on the test that day. Enough to get an A, so I demanded $300 instead. With just a click, the whole school will know our righteous president has tried to destroy the test results. Rue's face darkened. That night, she transferred me exactly $300 on the condition that I must not tell a soul what I had witnessed. Just like that, I became one of the richest students in London High. But you know, things couldn't always go well. During a hunt for the secrets of Mr. Tom, my biology teacher, I got in an accident. I was holding up my phone to record the moment he took bribes from the students in the library when I accidentally tripped and knocked down a book.
Who's there?
Mr. Tom was slowly approaching my hideout. Damn it, I was about to get caught. Suddenly, a hand pulled me to a different corner of the library. Wow, the hand belonged to a guy so handsome that he reminded me of Harry Styles.
Shh, don't worry, darling.
At that moment, Mr. Tom passed by and saw us.
Library is no place to flirt. Get out of here.
The strange guy swiftly pulled me away from there as he introduced himself. He's Sanan, a transfer student. Fearing that Sanan would reveal my secret, I stammered. Please don't. Before I could finish, he had already promised he would turn a blind eye on that day's event. To show my gratitude, I showed Sanan around the school. From then on, we got closer and closer. I even developed a crush on him. Once, while I was taking him on a school tour, a student accidentally bumped into me so hard I almost fell down, but Sanan had caught me in time.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Has anyone told you that you look so pretty?
When Sanan was about to give me a kiss, the bell rang. Oh God, why would you ruin my moment? I sighed as I went to class in disappointment. But God heard my wishes. One day, Sanan invited me to his house party. Actually, his house looked like a palace. Sanan was so perfect that I couldn't believe my luck. When the two of us were having a good conversation, I suddenly noticed that Rue was also there and her eyes were fixed on me. Ugh, how creepy. I paid her no mind and enjoyed myself. Because I drank a bit too much, I no longer remember how I got home. The next morning when I woke up, I discovered a terrible thing. My phone, the one with all the school secrets along with mine, was gone. I quickly ran to Sanan's mansion, but his mother said he had already gone to school. When I got to school, I was shocked because dozens of phones were aimed directly at me. I ran away without understanding what was happening, and they all chased after me. It didn't take me long to find out the reasons. The secrets in my phone had already been shared widely on my social media account. Shoot! I'm doomed! I had promised not to reveal anyone's secret after taking money from them. I immediately went home after that. Just when I was about to delete my account, I received a suspicious email.
Give me $1,000 or your secret will be exposed.
Attached in the email were many photos of my transactions with the students at London High. I was so scared. Who could know about this? The next morning, I told Sanan everything. He worriedly hugged me and told me to think carefully about all the customers I had dealt with to see who was likely holding a grudge against me. As I tried to piece it together, I remembered the look on Rue's face at the party. Could it be her? Sanan became tense.
Right. Only someone as smart as Rue could crack that long and difficult password.
I ran as fast as I could to find Rue and screamed at her face. You stole my phone, you jerk! Without missing a beat, Rue slapped me and shouted, "How dare you say that! Because of your incompetence, everyone know what I did and I got suspended!" She was right. There's no way Rue would steal my phone to reveal her own secret. But wait, how come Sanan knew my password was long and difficult? Could it be... I ran back to look for Sanan and found him sitting at the library. Oh my God! When I sneaked behind him, I saw a photo of him and Pete holding hands on his laptop wallpaper. Aren't they a couple? I stood there with a dumbfounded face and spoke up. What are you and Pete? Sanan was startled, then sighed. He looked straight at me and replied,
Pete is my boyfriend. Because of your blackmailing, he has become depressed and has to undergo psychological treatment. I want to give you a taste of what it's like to be threatened. I was shaking. So Pete couldn't go to school just because of me? That was entirely my fault. But I didn't want to end up like him either. I ran over to grab my phone from Shannon, but accidentally pushed him into the bookshelf, causing it to fall on top of us. Everything slowly darkened. When I woke up, I found myself in the infirmary. Fortunately, my body wasn't scratched much. At that moment, a medical staff came to me. You're lucky. A boy covered you when the bookshelf fell. However, his back is seriously injured, and he's under medical observation. I quickly ran to Shannon's room. Seeing that he was panting painfully, I regretfully apologized to him. Shannon said he just wanted to teach me a lesson, but he didn't want me to get hurt. Hearing that, I realized I needed to fix my mistakes so nobody would get hurt anymore. I went to the principal's office to confess my wrongdoings. During that time, I went to Pete's house and apologized to him. I then returned the money to all the people I had threatened. It was the only way to atone for my sin.
I, the embodiment of Aphrodite, was standing on the podium that was reserved for the goddess of beauty, while 3 pretty boys standing below my feet were fighting for my attention. Cat, you're mine. No, Cat. I've been worshipping you for so long, you must be mine. No, come to me. I've bought you the prettiest of flowers. They all rushed to me. Oh, how lovely is the feeling of being adored by many people. Suddenly, a rough foot kicked my back. I heavily fell off the podium. Behind me was Mary with a haunting smile. I woke up drenched in sweat. Hi, I'm Kat, 17 years old. I'm used to being told that I'm a super eccentric nerd. I am a loyal member of the Computer Software Club, one of the clubs with the largest number of weirdos. I'm very awkward whenever I have to interact with humans, and the school bullies never missed a chance to make fun of me. Among them, the worst one was Mary, the cheerleader. Mary is, without a doubt, an obnoxious, evil person. She loves humiliating me in front of everyone. Once I was eating alone in the canteen when Mary and her minions walked past me. Each one held a plate of ingredients, one with pasta, one with meat sauce, another with cheese. Suddenly, Mary poured noodles over my head and her friends added toppings one by one. Anyone want spaghetti? We're doing a free giveaway. I stood up to protest, but Mary smiled and quickly put a bowl over my head. Gotcha! The whole canteen laughed as I rushed out and cried. I couldn't stand it any longer. She must pay for this. And from that day on, I was set on getting back at Mary. I found her Instagram with 10,000 followers. The opportunity to use my skills had come. With just a few simple steps, I easily hacked it. I quickly changed Mary's password and disconnected that account from all of her devices. Not stopping there, I texted everyone on her friend list to badmouth the 2 girls in her bully group. Let's see how she'll be punished tomorrow, haha. The next morning, I rested my head on my chin, patiently waiting to see Mary's reaction. She appeared with an annoyed expression while holding her phone. Can't log into your Insta, right? Her face looked so funny. Suddenly, 2 of Mary's mean-spirited besties knocked her over and shouted, "You think we're just your background, don't you? And how dare you tell others we have rotten feet?" What nonsense are you spitting? Mary's besties angrily showed her their phones. I watched as her face turned bewildered at the long messages full of bad-mouthing. Without saying a word, those 2 shoved Mary into a nearby trash can. The whole canteen burst out laughing again, and that time they even clapped. How does revenge taste, you nasty witch? Suddenly, a text was sent to Mary's Insta on my phone. I'd love to get to know you, gorgeous. Ooh, there were a lot of idiots flirting with her, but I felt a rush of thrill as if I was the one being flirted with. From that moment on, I started another game. Flirt with all the boys while playing Mary. Even the school's hottest jock like John or geekiest geek like Thomas were fawning over Mary, but they had no idea that the person they flirted with every day was the eccentric girl at the Computer Software Club. To be honest, when I hid behind the screen, I felt much more confident and interesting. I also helped her account grow from 10,000 followers to 12,000. Day after day, I flirted with countless guys until I got bored and kicked them away because they just seemed like boring idiots. But things were completely different when Liam appeared. Liam is the son of the president of a tech corporation. He has the most charming brain I've ever met. We talked all night and all morning, and Liam seemed impressed with my knowledge while I slowly fell for his cuteness. One day he texted me, "Mary, I'd love to see you. Can I ask you out for coffee?" "Sure, I can't wait." Oh my god, Liam wanted to meet me for coffee. What should I wear? But wait, the one he wanted to see was Mary. I almost forgot I was talking to him in Mary's name. What should I do? When the date finally came, I saw Liam sitting at the corner of a table in the cafe. He looked so calm and collected. I watched Liam from afar for more than an hour. He constantly looked at his watch as his face turned tired and disappointed. I felt so sorry for Liam, but I couldn't show myself. He pulled out a bouquet of roses and looked at them sadly. Seeing that, I took a deep breath and approached him. "Hi, are you Liam?" "Yeah, are you?" "I'm Kat, Mary's close friend." I told him that Mary couldn't come due to work, so I came to apologize to him on her behalf. He smiled friendly and asked me to give Mary the bouquet while bidding me goodbye, but I stopped him. "Wait, would you like to stay for a cup of coffee? My treat." "Sure, why not?" The more we talked, the more we found out that we had a lot in common. Liam also admitted that talking to me was more interesting than he expected. The next morning, when I went to school with a smile on my face, I saw the whole school buzzing. The paramedics were carrying an unconscious girl to their ambulance. It was Mary. What happened to her? When I heard people whispering, I found out that she had been chased around the school by Thomas the Geek because he thought she was playing with his feelings, while actually, I did it. Because she ran too fast, Mary accidentally hit a tree and fainted. Shoot, it seemed I went a bit too far. News of Mary's injury spread everywhere, and also the news that her Insta was hacked was also widely shared. People warned each other and shared information about the hacked account. Too afraid that I would be exposed, I quickly deactivated Mary's Insta so that no one could trace it. In that critical situation, Liam called me. "Kat, I've just heard the news. Is Mary injured? What happened?" I panickedly answered, "Mary's fine, don't worry. How about you?" "I'm so worried. I want to visit her. Is she in the Texas hospital?" No way! If they met, I would surely be screwed. I tried to stop him, but no matter what arguments I used, I couldn't convince Liam. I realized Liam actually had a lot of feelings for Mary, not for me. Before he left, he sent me a message. "I'm going to the hospital to visit Mary. Please tell her I'll be there." OMG! Without thinking much, I quickly put on my coat and took my bicycle. I biked urgently while watching the time slowly draining. At a red light, an old woman crossed the road at super slow speed, and I had to leave my bicycle to help her walk faster. Ugh, why is life so hard on me? I pedaled quickly to the hospital, then dropped my vehicle outside the campus. As I ran, I prayed that Liam hadn't arrived yet. Unfortunately, the elevator was broken. Jesus, I had to climb 12 floors to get to Mary's room. Sweat poured out of me nonstop, but when I finally got there, I panicked when I saw Liam was already sitting next to her wheelchair. Not only that, many phones were pointing at me. "This play is over." You... I stammered, not daring to look Liam in the eye. Turns out I was the one who was being played. Liam is Mary's brother. In order to find out who hacked his sister's Insta, he pretended to flirt with the hacker to expose them. Too ashamed, I burst into tears. The phones were still pointing at me, but Mary ordered everyone to lower their phones. "Let's stop it here. I don't want things to go too far." Then surprisingly, Mary took the initiative to apologize to me and confessed to everyone that because of her bullying, things got to that point. I also regretfully apologized to her and promised to return Mary's account to its owner. Mary and I chose to forgive each other so that there would be no more unfortunate incidents. With shiny blonde hair, Gucci sunglasses, and brand new Chanel coat, I confidently walked past the school hall as every student dropped their mouth. Wow. I was just like the high school version of Jenny. Unfortunately, I tripped in the lamest way possible, but Tim had caught me in time. Hello, gorgeous. Then he whistled, and in the blink of an eye, 2 bodyguards came over to carry me on their shoulders and put me inside his Rolls Royce. Hi, I'm Oliver, an 18-year-old girl who was born into a poor family. I live alone with my grandma in suburban Iowa. She has run a laundromat for a long time. Sometimes after school, I would help her at the laundromat. Are you surprised? Now I'm going to tell you why I was able to date Tim, the richest guy in an Iowa high school. As a person who had to work from a young age, I've always wondered how it feels to be rich. Even at my school, the divide between rich and poor is very strong. Once I was choosing books in the school library alone when a group of students nudged me hard and made me fall face down. That's rude. I turned around to scold them, but I had to shut up abruptly because it was Miley, the most spoiled and frivolous girl in Iowa high school. She was also the most popular queen bee, and no one dared to disobey Miley. She walked past me like I was a patch of grass on the ground. I raised my head as a bunch of Miley's fans ran past me and stomped on my book. Ouch! The feeling of being trampled is so humiliating. Suddenly, a hand reached out to help me. It was Tim, whom, even in my dreams, I never thought would one day pay attention to me. His father is the president of the Parent Association and also the most powerful politician in Iowa. Tim kindly said, "Are you okay?" Before I could react, Miley rushed over and grabbed Tim's hand. Surprisingly, he looked quite annoyed with it. In front of Tim, Miley acted as if she was an innocent kitten. She had been trying all sorts of ridiculous things to win over his heart. If anyone can be Tim's girlfriend, it's definitely not her. In my head, I started forming a crazy plan. To catch Tim's eye, the first thing I must have is a beautiful appearance. Due to that, I poured out all my savings to buy the best makeup possible. I had never tried makeup before, so at first I was confused. I even scared my grandma a bit with my first attempt, but no problem, one step at a time. With the help of YouTube, I put on bold red lipstick like Emily in Paris. With trendy, smoky blue eyes like Kylie Jenner and sexy, thick lips like Kim Kardashian, I dared to say that I looked pretty awesome. But being beautiful was not enough. I needed to be rich too, but I had no money left. But don't you forget, my grandma ran a laundromat. I decided to temporarily borrow some luxury clothes from her customers. Suddenly, my grandma called me. "Oliver, what are you doing?" I trembled and quickly made something up. "Our customer forgot their things. I'll return them." "Okay, but be careful, that lady is difficult. She'll give you a big tip if she's happy. But if you tear just a thread on her shirt, it'll cost dearly." Phew, my grandma didn't suspect anything. I successfully stole the customer's clothes and started my plan. The next morning, I put on a blonde wig, sunglasses, and a pretty mole like Marilyn Monroe. Wearing the customer's Dior suit, I waited for Tim at the school lobby. When he arrived, I quickly pretended to fall. Just my luck, I fell gently into Tim's arms like an angel fell from the sky. He was slightly confused. Are you okay?" Looking into his striking eyes, I knew I had fallen in love. We're destined to meet again. Tim quickly recognized me. He was surprised because my appearance had changed dramatically. "I was stunning," he said. "Well, duh, money made the difference." I smiled at Tim and tried to charm him, but the bell to class had already rang. So I quickly jotted down my phone number on his hand. From that day on, we ran into each other a lot at school parties, classrooms, and every corner of the school. Thanks to that, we started talking more and realized we had a lot in common. Ha! My 2 months researching him had paid off as I beat Miley and officially became Tim's girlfriend. Since then, my position in the school gradually changed. I was known as the girl who got it all. Everyone in school admired me and gave me the name Fashion Lady. Everywhere I went, I had Tim's bodyguards escorting me, whether it was going to school, going out with Tim, or even getting my nails done. Everything was amazing, except that it was rather exhausting having to borrow the customer's luxury clothes all the time. Quickly, my name got more popular than Miley's, and I became a big thorn in her eyes. She had lost everything to me after all. I knew sooner or later she was gonna take her revenge. One day while looking after Grandma's laundromat, a strange customer came to me. Wow, look who Fashion Lady is. I looked up and was shocked. Miley? In a panic, I begged her to keep it a secret. Please don't reveal this to anyone. I'll do whatever you want. Sure. I thought of something more fun. That night, I was so terrified that I couldn't get a wink of sleep. The next morning, I carried a blue Chanel bag with Tim to go into the school in front of everyone's admiration, but my face turned pale when I saw Miley waiting for me at the school gate. She immediately went over and touched the bag. It's beautiful, isn't it? Truly something that only the richest can buy. Tim swatted her hand away and told her not to approach me anymore. Miley sneered. You'll see her true face soon. After that, she called her mother to borrow the blue Chanel bag and demanded to have it shipped to her immediately. Damn it! Suddenly, I received a call.
Oliver, can you go home? Our customer came to get her blue Chanel bag, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh no, why now? Grandma, I can't go home now. Can you ask them to wait? Before I could finish, I heard a loud banging sound coming through the phone. I knew something was going on at the laundromat and immediately let go of Tim's hand. Sorry, I gotta go home now. I was scared and ran home as fast as I could. I even took a bicycle that was left in the yard to go home faster, but a passerby suddenly blocked my way. I quickly dodged them, but due to it, I ran headfirst into the garbage truck. Jeez, why am I so unlucky? By the time I got home, the scene really shocked me. Our laundromat was completely destroyed. My grandma sat like a lost soul. She looked at the blue Chanel bag I held in my hand with a disappointed face.
Why are you stealing from our customers?
She shook her head, saying that the customer's daughter wanted her bag back. It turned out that she was Miley's mom. Oh no, this is all my fault. A voice rang behind me.
Oliver, I'm so disappointed that you lied to me. I like you for who you are, not for the things you wear.
I was startled and turned around to find Tim standing there, but he just quietly walked away. That day, I completely broke down. Unable to bear it any longer, I decided that it was time to tell the truth. A week later at the year-end prom, I stole the MC's mic and confessed everything. I have a confession to make. I'm sorry for making everyone think that I'm rich while actually I'm the granddaughter of a poor laundromat owner, and I'm proud of that. Yes, I should have done this from a long time ago. I should have been confident because I earn money with honest work. It was so wrong to steal from others and pretend to be something that I wasn't. Miley was at a loss for words because she had nothing left to threaten me. She angrily walked out of the party. I took a deep breath and went over to Tim. I'm sorry for lying to you. Thank you for being with me all this time, Tim. Please be happy. As I turned away, Tim pulled me back and smiled.
Didn't I say I like you because of who you are?
Then he placed a sweet kiss on my lips. We continued to date without hiding anything from each other.